Ciao tutti and welcome back to Il Giorno Giusto. We are Joe and Gianluca, two adventure seekers who left their 9-to-5 jobs to discover new places and cultures in our 4x4 Sprinter. Join us as we discover the world, one dirt road at a time.
In this jam-packed week, we go on the hunt for bears, share moments with incredibly welcoming locals, and drive our van further east than we've ever been before. You're watching Il Giorno Giusto exploring Türkiye.
Morning campers! We're back in nature after a couple of days exploring some very beautiful towns, Şanlıurfa, Mardin and Midyat. We're happy to be back in nature. Woke up by this reservoir this morning and it's been a fairly quiet morning. We've been hearing for the last hour or so some shots in the distance, not too far actually. So I guess it's time to move on and head towards Van Lake.
Once a historical jewel and vital stop along the Silk Road, Hasankeyf lost countless archaeological sites and entire towns when the government built the dam. Over 15,000 people were forced to leave their homes and relocated to what is now the new city. But for many, it's a reminder of what was lost and what could never truly be moved.
We're still driving towards Van, but we had a quick stop in the town called Kurtalan. We were looking for some food. We found on Google this gözleme place, Zera gözleme. Not many reviews, looked very basic, but we hadn't had gözleme in a while, so we decided to go test it. And it was quite an interesting experience. It was this lady who made us some gözleme right there in front of our eyes in her sort of shop, half like a shop, half like a home. We sat down on a table next to her kids' clothes on the floor, so it was a real authentic experience. And she was trying to chat to us, but we couldn't understand each other so well, so with the help of Google Translate we were able to talk a bit. She was really friendly.
She was super chatty. She just kept talking to us.
Kept talking to us and probably saying like, oh yeah, you don't understand anything, right? And laughing a bit, but and she said it was the first time that she saw some tourists, and so we were the first tourists to have gözleme at her place. We had to say goodbye, and now we're on the road again. Or our neighbors, like the
we keep running across the same vans. Just trying to fix this because it broke.
We'd made it to Nemrut Crater, a huge volcanic caldera measuring 10 kilometers in diameter.
I means bear. Deer is one or a. Hayvani deer is something with animals. Hayvan I think is animals. So there used to be bears around here, but we don't know if they're still around or not, because there have been some problems with like too many tourists feeding them, so they've become a bit aggressive. So the park has been closed, completely closed for a while. And now it's only open during daytime. We are not sure if we're gonna meet any or not, if there are still bears in this park. We hope so somehow, because I've never seen wild bears before. But also it's a bit scary as well when you get off the car and there might be bears around.
Bears.
It seems like we found some bear tracks, but we're a bit towards the outside, towards the end of the park, so I'm not sure if we'll see any. Now we need to get our binoculars out and have a look around. Oh, we need to figure out if we can go through here.
Ay, ay, ay.
So we finally made it out of the crater. It took us a while to get out of there. We found some really nice peas and enjoying a little bit of off-roading, but the nice peas came to an abrupt end with lots of rocks, so we had to turn around and find a different way out and ready to head to our spot for the night. Okay. Stop!
Why did you shout so much?
How close to the edge you were with this? You stopped right there. That's why I shouted at you. Reaching Lake Van felt like a true milestone in our journey. It was a place we'd been eager to explore, to disappear into quiet, wild camp spots and soak in the stillness, and maybe, if we were brave enough, take a plunge into those deep blue waters. What are you making?
Making some meningich. We bought some powder in a supermarket because we really enjoyed it when we had it in Mediat. So now we're trying it the first time in the van.
That's a lot of shopping.
Yeah. We got a lot of fruit and vegetables because you found a nice place on the side of the road close to Lake Van where we are. We bought some stuff, but then the really friendly guy that runs the shop, Uwe's, invited us for some chai. So we had a very long chat.
3 or 4 glasses of chai.
Talked about many things. He gave us some advice about places to visit all around Turkey. It was very interesting. It was a very, very nice and welcoming guy. And in the end, when we were about to leave, first he said he wanted to invite us for lunch. I kindly declined the offer, and then he said, okay, since you didn't eat yet, I'll give you a little gift to take with you. So he took another bag, filled it up with some sort of lemons, bananas, pomegranate, a lot of grapes, and gave it to us for free. So really, really kind guy. We thank him a lot, and we've been really enjoying this atmosphere. Every time you go shopping or meet people, they're really kind, and it makes a difference when you're traveling to this country. What do you got there?
Some nice potatoes.
Is it good?
I
Okay.
think so.
What is the ratatouille?
Got a bit of ratatouille.
Nice.
Ready to eat.
Yeah, a bit cold.
Gotta be patient. Enjoying breakfast outside.
But it's more breakfast, right?
Van is known for its legendary Turkish breakfast of kahvaltı. So we're gonna head into Van and try our first Turkish breakfast. Before breakfast, however, we had one important stop to make: the workshop of Ridvan, the local drone expert.
It was definitely an interesting experience with the guy that was really friendly, had his very interesting lab. After a while he seemed like he managed to repair the drone, and it was a bit of a negotiation on the price, but he seemed to have given us a really good price.
Good.
Replaced 2 cables, spent roughly an hour, and it was I think around 30 euros overall. So we're happy. Hopefully we can fly again and show you some aerials again in the last weeks in Turkey. So we were planning a nice Kavalti in Van, and now we're driving to the Kavalti place. Quite hungry, so looking forward to a nice experience.
Have you got enough breakfast?
Well, we'll see if we manage to finish everything.
It's a lot. In desperate need to shake down our breakfast, we set off on a hike up to Van Fortress. Built in the 7th century BC and perched on a steep hill, it offers stunning views across the land below.
Are you happy you're flying again?
Yeah, happy. No more flying in ravines though. There's a dead animal behind you. It's quite smelly, so we're going to move down to the beach.
So that was refreshing. Nice swim in the lake. Outside it's probably 10 degrees. The sun is pretty warm. We're really enjoying this place. But soon after Joy's finished doing her yoga or her physio, then we get going again and we'll head towards sort of like a campsite that's supposed to be close to the border with Iran, where we're gonna stay 1 or 2 days. Lava.
Looks like it's lava. Old lava. We're very close to the Iran border. It's about 500 meters to our right. So a few more passport checks today. We can see a lot of military presence and watchtowers. Yeah, maybe one day we go there. Not today. Not this trip.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of good stuff about Iran. So maybe one day, for sure, it's on our list.
Stuff.
What is it?
Yeah,
it's the highest mountain.
Highest mountain in Europe.
Some people say. I thought it was Mont Blanc, but it's over 5,000 meters high. Yeah, it's at 50 now.
Before moving on, we stopped at Ishak Pasha Palace, Perched high on the side of the mountain, it holds a fascinating blend of architectural styles, adorned with intricate stone carvings that tell stories of centuries past. It was an amazing place to wander through the halls and courtyards, imagining the lives of the people that had once lived there.
Finally, it's time to off-road again after a bit of time on the normal roads. We're going up the epic Old Tahir Pass, which is up at roughly 2,500 meters. We'll try to sleep around there. Which used to be the only way until a while ago, until maybe the 70s or the 80s, the only way also for big trucks to go from Turkey to Iran. And so this road used to be full of trucks going up and down. Piste road. We read in parts it's quite rough and steep. So we're looking forward to this section. We see some snow towards the top already, which is looking interesting, and happy to be out here again in the wild.
You think it looks okay?
Yeah. So it's Monday morning, and Joy is making some banana pancakes, high altitude pancakes, right?
Good way to start the week. Piece of salt.
I don't
Could
think
do
so.
some jam. Jam would be nice.
So hardy.
Tasty. Crazy how quiet it is.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I feel a bit antisocial, but it's so nice to be here in the middle of nowhere, away from everything and everyone. Like, so quiet. And if you were down in the valley, it would be so noisy, but here you cannot see or hear anyone. I enjoy
Nice.
being in the middle of nowhere, though.
Me too.
But here all you can hear is a bit of wind, and that's it.
Sometimes the birds. So we parked up last night here on the top of the Tahir Pass. It was pretty cold last night, down to -5, but we were nice and cozy in the under the blankets and with the heater. And now we're gonna go check out the old trucker stop. It's the old ruins from back when this used to be a busy pass with a lot of trucks coming over. And then we'll continue on the other side down to Tahir. It should be the trickiest section, so we don't know what to expect, but fingers crossed we get down safe.
There you are. Nice.
With a few weeks still left in Turkey, turning west back towards home brings a strange mix of emotions, and we quietly wish we could stay longer. Next week, it's back to off-roading, mountain tracks, a ski area at 3,000 meters, and the legendary stone road through the Kamalia Canyon. We'll see you there.